perform some exponentiation involving negative numbers. First problem, negative 9 to the power of 2. So squaring, or power of 2, means to multiply a number by itself. So here we're going to have the negative 9 multiplied by the negative 9. Of course, in general, a negative times a negative is a positive. So this number is going to end up being positive, and 9 times 9 is 81. So negative 9 squared is 81. Next example, let's try negative 6 to the power of 3, also called cubing. So here we'd have negative 6 multiplied by negative 6 multiplied by negative 6. This time, a negative times a negative is a positive, but a positive, that result is positive, and multiplying by a negative again yields a final negative answer. So the final answer to this odd power of a cube is going to be a negative number, and 6 times 6 is 36, and 36 times 6, another copy of 6, is 216. So the final answer on this one is negative 216. Next, let's try negative 5 cubed. Negative 5 multiplied by negative 5 multiplied by negative 5, because it's cubing, and a negative times a negative times a negative is going to be negative because there's an odd number of them. And then 5 times 5 is 25, and 5 quarters, or 25 times 5, that's going to be worth 125. So the answer to this problem is negative 125. Finally, let's try negative 7 quantity squared. That's negative 7 multiplied by negative 7. A negative multiplied by a negative will be a positive, and 7 times 7 is 49. In general, odd powers will yield negatives, and even powers will yield positive numbers. Now, why don't you pause the video and try to do these two on your own? Assuming you gave it a good shot here, try them out on your own. What's negative 4 to the power of 2 mean? It's an even power. It's a 2, in fact, so I'm going to get negative 4 times negative 4, but a negative times a negative is going to be a positive, and so this one is just 4 times 4, which is 16. Second example, negative 2 to the power of 3. Of course, that one's going to be 3 parentheses, 3 numbers, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2. An odd number of numbers, so a negative times a negative is a positive. One more negative makes the result negative. 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2, final answer is 8.